Hello everyone, in this video we will be going to discuss about military education and training. So let's get started with the table of content. In this video we will be going to discuss about the introduction of the topic, followed by purpose, positive points, negative points, India's stand on the topic, and in the end followed by the conclusion. Here is the introduction of the topic. As per the definition of Wikipedia, military education and training is a process which intends to establish and improve the capability of military personnel in their respective roles. Military trainings can be voluntary or compulsory duty. It begins with the recruit training, proceeds to the education and training specific to the military roles, and sometimes includes additional training during a military career. Or in simple language, we can say that military training is a process of transforming civilians into skilled soldiers. Now let's discuss about the purpose of military training. The ultimate purpose of military training is to ensure that when the nation goes on war or engages in conflicts, the armed forces of any state or country will be able to accomplish strategic, operational and tactical objectives. The ultimate goal of training is to win battle and engagements and to do so with the lowest cost in terms of national resources and with the lowest loss of life among those who have volunteered to fight to defend the nation. Here are the positives of compulsory military training. The first one is compulsory military training helps to form a reserve force which can be helpful during the times of war and natural calamities. The second one is it transforms people for good. Military training makes people humble, disciplined, and matured. Also, it instills the sense of patriotism. It makes people stronger physically and emotionally. It also promotes equality among people of all classes as they will be trained in the same manner. This in turn make people feel united despite of having class differences. Also, the threat of terrorist attack is much higher now than before. So compulsory education and military training helps in such cases. People can protect themselves and are able to protect those who are in need as well. After discussing the positive points, now let's talk about the negative points of compulsory military training. India is a democratic country and hence forcing people to undergo military training is against to the democratic spirit of our nation. Not everyone is interested to be in the reserve forces. Some people have family and responsibilities and do not afford to lose time for training. Forcing uninterested people is against to morality. Some people do not have enough strength to participate in such intense training. They may seem normal from outside but may have mental illness. Military training can be emotionally and physically daunting for them. In such cases, compulsory training will be a threat to their life. Most of the reserve forces will not be utilized, which means huge amount of expenditure will go in vain. Those who are forced to be in the reserve forces may not work well in times of need because it's not voluntary. Even if everyone is trained, they may not be able to take part in military operational operations like professionals do. They may forget the skills with time because of lack of practice. This result in low quality reserve forces. Hurting or injuring other people is against to the moral values and religious belief of some people. Involving them in such program causes emotional trauma for them. Here is India's perspective on compulsory military training. India being a democratic republic, its constitution does not provide for compulsory military training and people are free to choose their professions. Compulsion in respect of military training is thought to be against the democratic ethos. In the end, I would like to conclude by saying compulsory military training may not be accepted in a country like India because of the democratic spirit in Indians. Instead, the reserve forces can be formed by strengthening NCC, which is open to school and college on a voluntary basis. In the end, I would like to say if you like the video, please do subscribe the channel